How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to an eagerly anticipated supporters club. It's been a little while. I've been all over the gaff. Chris has been on a holiday or two himself, and Stricto, it's been a while since I've even seen Stricto. Sometime last season. But we're back, people. Supporters club in the building. Hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Obviously, individual channels will let you know what it is at the end. But obviously, we're back. We're here to talk Arsenal. The season's upon us. Game week 1. But it's not only game week 1 we're going to focus on. We're going to focus on if we're ready for the season or not. You know, I'm joined by 2 fellow Arsenal fans, you know, all about Chris Hudson, an OG in this thing, and then Stricto as well, who's an OG himself. He's come. Stricto, let me start with you, because recently I've been seeing a lot of your content and opinions and whatnot, and you've come a long way from the season ticket throwing incident. You're more optimistic these days than some of us, including myself. How are you feeling going into game week 1 and going into the Premier League season? Do you feel like we're in a good place, good position? Do you feel like we're ready for it?
I think if after the Villarreal game, I was a bit worried. I think like most fans, it just wasn't inspiring. It just looked all too last season-ish, and you feel like we made all these signings more than we did last season, and I felt more optimistic last season than I do going into this season. And then we played Bilbao, played better, like everything looked more structured, everything looked more controlled, you know. And then now my mind's changed. I'm like, okay, we might not be totally ready, but we are more ready than we've been. Do you understand? Optimistic? Yeah, I think I've changed. I think over these past years, like if we go back to the first time I probably jumped on the whole content thing when I dashed the season ticket, like, you know, different times, bro. Drawing 2-2 with Southampton at home, getting a last minute goal from Lacazette. That Southampton sitting bottom of the table, compared to now where, you know, we're being spoken about competing. Well, we've come second. We've, you know, a lot has changed. Like there's been a lot of progression. Of course, we haven't hit the peak yet, but that's why I'm excited, because I feel that peak is coming. I feel like it's due. Do you understand? And until maybe like I stop feeling like that, I think I'm going to be riding this so-called flip-flop train that people are putting me on. Do you understand?
No, I get it as well. When I'm happy, I'm happy. When I'm angry. It could be one day after the other, but that's the game. What can I do?
Yeah. I don't make the rules, bro. I just it's
ride the waves.
Ride the waves. So that's it basically. But yeah, I think we've bought well. Of course, certain areas we know need addressing, but I think I can see sort of the method to some of the madness, but madness is still madness to a degree still. But listen, we'll wait and see it. But I'm definitely more optimistic.
Chris, how you feeling?
I'm quite looking forward to it, Turkish. See, with me, I view any pre-season game with total indifference. If we win, if we lose, it don't affect me. All I'm worried is about when we walk on that pitch at Old Trafford, we're ready. And if you look at our fixture list, I'll tell you, as I said before, I've never seen the start of the season like that.
Ready.
So it's not a case of are we ready, it's a case of we got to be. And what I saw Saturday, sort of, it's good to see Gabriel back, got some minutes in his legs, Timber, and Zubimendi. Wow, he's just wonderful.
He's the star of the show.
He's just superb. Gutierrez still getting used to his surroundings, and we're going to have to. I think we're going to have to give him a little bit more service than what he had in what I've seen these 2 friendlies. But he's just feeding himself in. But other than that, I'm all right.
So you don't take much from pre-season games.
No.
I get that. I look probably more at performances than results. But the Bilbao one, strongest team, strongest performance. But I know you take things from transfers. So looking at the transfer business we've done, because Stricto did mention, you know, we've got a lot of players in. I agree, we've got 6 players in. But that comes on top of 5 players already leaving the club, you know, from the end of last season. So we're one up in terms of numbers on last season, where much of the rhetoric come the end of it from fans, from management, Arteta himself, was that we were very light and, you know, ill prepared for the season. Right now, I look at it, 6 players in, 5 players out, we're one up on that. How do you look at the transfer business so far? And the same question, are we ready when you look at
I think we're ready. Obviously, we've got the elephant in the room on the left-hand side, and that's going to be very interesting how he's going to Arteta's going to, but the thing is, I picked up on the quote Arteta said he's not going to have what he calls, this is his set team, and whatever happens, he plays it week in, week out. So that is going to be a big test. Arteta's never done that, so has he?
He mentioned something like that.
Yeah,
recently.
he's always played what he thinks is his best team. But in the coming weeks, he's going to start. This is what he says. It's horses for courses. So
Mix it up.
Yeah, he's going to mix it up, and I think we can mix it up. But before you say it, yeah, we do possibly need a little update on the left-hand side.
So you're looking at one player necessary before the end of the window.
One, and that's all depending on us selling someone.
Is that fair?
It's not in my world, but if you're Arsenal Football Club and you like balancing the books,
That's what it's about at the end, yeah. That's where it comes down to. Because, like I said, if numbers were such a big problem last season, then really I don't want to be hearing Kivior exit, Stricto, or Trossard exit. I'll take the players that weren't part of us last season, Lukonga, Nelson, Vieira, for example. But similar question to you, looking at the incomings, the outgoings so far, and the lack of financials coming from the outgoings. You know, everyone that's left, it's been either end of contract or a 5 million Tavares deal, obligation to buy. Do we need to do better in the next 3 weeks? Are you content with the way we are?
No, like I said, I think I think we still need maybe even two more players. Of course, like Chris has said, like it's a business, innit? So they have to balance, and some people have to leave. I'm happy so far in terms of like we've got one of Europe's best strikers. I'm happy with that business. Like we can't argue. Like if you remember, start of the window, it was that debate of Sesko or Gyökeres, and majority of fans lean towards Gyökeres because he's ready. He's Champions League proven. All of that stuff fits the mold of something different that we don't have. The missing piece, as people have labelled it. So yeah, I'm happy because that's the main thing. But also, it's a bit weird because I feel the Gyökeres deal has been a bit of a smoke screen, and it's got so happy that we might have missed that left-hand side. We've actually just got so excited.
Madueke last 2 games has occupied the left-hand side, so
but he's not.
Bring his name into it because that is a big signing for us. 52 mil.
Yes, it is a big signing, and it is a lot of money. But you got to ask yourself if the Madueke signing was necessarily what we needed, because he's a right-sided,
predominantly
a right-sided player. We've got players there. Of course, we know Saka's had games where he plays almost 90 minutes, and maybe he might need an understudy. But Madueke is not understudy for that price. He's got to play. So is he the answer to that left-hand side? Because we've seen him there. But it might come and prove me wrong, but I particularly don't think he's much of an upgrade to what we've got there. Just my opinion. He might be different, but I'm about productivity. Do you understand? And to spend that money, and we know there's other players in that price range you could have got, or maybe even held out and added a little bit more on top to maybe get the Rodrigos or whatever. But it is what it is. We just have to sit back and back it. But also going back to what Chris is saying with Gyökeres, I think us as fans have to realise he's a different mode to what we've been used to. He doesn't need to get involved in the game. No touches, no interlink, none of that. Like there might be, look at Haaland. Literally, we've got, not comparing him directly to Haaland, but similar mode of player where he just needs to be at the end when it matters. So we're going to have to get used to that. Do you understand? I think we've been bred in a certain way for the longest time of how our strikers
it's all down to service, isn't it?
That's what's important.
You got to give him so much of the ball that he just feeds on it.
And that's where some of my worry comes, Chris, because in midfield I don't think we've done enough either in terms of, listen, Zubimendi coming in, you mentioned one of the best strikers in Europe. Zubimendi's one of the best midfielders in Europe in terms of who was available in the summer. So we've done great business there, but the chance creation problem, I think a year ago, the whole missing piece striker was bang on. But I think if you leave that missing piece a year later, you need 3 or 4 pieces, which led us to this summer. Midfield, there's been talk of Eze. I know me and you favour, we say favour, we'll take both, but favour a Rodrigo type for the left wing next rather than an Eze. But is midfield, is midfield adequately prepared? I know you've just seen us play against Bilbao, Rice and Zubimendi looking great together, but we are still one injury away from the same midfield of last season.
I suppose that's where young Ethan might have to step up.
New contract.
He might have to step up.
And he mentioned 5 positions. He said the front 5, so he mentioned 8 as well as the 10 and left-hand side. He's prepared for it.
And you got to hope that Odegaard gets back to his best.
Yeah. Are we leaving too much hopes in there going into such a crucial season?
Yeah, possibly. But I mean, I'm not going to say no to it, because I'm not stupid. I mean, he's a wonderful player, but I'm just not sure at the moment. That's all.
Why?
It's me personally. It doesn't really rock my boat. Sorry.
Yeah, okay.
But a lot of people know more about football than I do.
Yeah.
Think he'll come in and they're makers. I just don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I think the profile is needed, but again, I lean more towards an out-and-out left winger. An out-and-out left winger, and Ethan gets more minutes centrally. Are you leaning more towards if it was Eze or Rodrigo? Listen, Rodrigo stuff is all, it's out of thin air. I'll be honest with you, it's more dreams than reality. But in terms of profiles, do you want an out-and-out left winger next, or would you want that central player that can play left wing?
I think, an out-and-out. I think I want a specialist. I need you to be that's what you do. But how Arteta likes it, Arteta likes players who are multi-position, can play dual positions or more. He'll probably more favour Eze, because Eze can play left and centrally. But then, when you look at it, then what was the point of sort of renewing Ethan's, what was the promise you gave to Ethan? Because essentially, if we do sign Eze, that might then push Ethan back a bit, because then
you have a lot of options.
Do you understand? But also, why I sort of also lean towards Eze is I just can't. I don't think I can trust Odegaard as our chief creator. I just can't trust him all season. Last season, I know we can sort of forgive him because it's one of the worst seasons he's had, but he's been pretty okay other than last season. So I just don't trust Odegaard, if I'm being honest. Like, I want to give him the grace and be like, yeah, you kind of fumbled last season, but if he's all we've got going forward and he has the similar season, I think we'll sort of be back to square one again.
Then you got the other question: who's your first choice left back?
Lewis Skelly for me, but seeing Calafiori there bombing up and down the left-hand side, it's refreshing. It's a bit different.
You can't trust him to play 25 games
and that's
a season.
Another problem in itself.
You felt so yesterday, to be fair.
Do you feel like we're talking here and it's quite a mellow discussion, right?
Yeah.
It's coming up to game week 1. Do you feel like the club have done, again, I'm going to ask the same question in a different way, because maybe it's because I feel like we haven't done enough, and I'm surprised to see 2 people saying we have, but surely we should be ready for this season. Like, let's go, not worried about the state of the first 6 games, feeling like we can win the league. I just don't get that feeling from either of you, Chris.
I think unfortunately your next signing you're going to have to wait to the end of the window.
If that.
So that's Liverpool. By then we would have played.
Liverpool's 31st, so in and
so
around
it's
that.
Man U,
Leeds,
Liverpool. So you might have to wait to that international break for the next signing. Because I'll go back to, they won't have to sell players.
Yeah. But
even Arteta said that the other day.
It goes back to the numbers issue again. Because, when you just look at it, like I said, 5 out of 6 in, we had problems with numbers.
Against that, how many clubs in the Premier League today, you say have done, can be sitting there with their cigars on about their business?
Yeah.
Yes, before I watched Liverpool yesterday, I would have said, well, they're ready to go. But after watching the way they played in defence, I'm not so sure.
They're saying they want one more centre-back over there as well.
City, who everyone's forgotten because they did their business about a month ago, I think they might be ready.
The Rodri stuff is a setback.
Yeah, so you know what I mean? Everywhere you look. Chelsea, they've lost the boy at the back for an ACL, yeah. So I don't think we're not the only club that could be not be happy. Yeah.
Do you think we can win the league?
Honestly,
yeah.
I don't think so. And I'll tell you, one of the reasons is that the expectations. We all know this club very well. And I think we have flourished well under the umbrella of the underdogs these past few seasons, right? And now I think this is the real deal. This is now where people are saying, you've got your missing piece now. You've been back. Everything you wanted, you've got it now. And I've never got that feeling when Arsenal are supposed to do something, they do it.
Yeah.
That's just me.
No, I mean, that should be everyone. That's based on facts.
The only time that was when Arsene Wenger one summer said, we'll go through the whole of next season undefeated.
Yeah, remember that?
Right. That's the only...
That's the...
That's a great point. So that brings us nicely on. The pressure is definitely on Arteta. Because you can just... If you listen to talk, you know what and you hear him talking about Arteta, if he don't do this, he's out of a job. It's already started, man. Kicks the ball, and I admit he is under pressure.
Is it do or die, sink or swim, and all of that this
100%.
season?
Yeah, it could be. But say we was to come 2 points behind Liverpool and reach the semi-finals of the Champions League, is that failure?
I think so after 6 years. But
I
think so. After 6 years, it's a different type of failure than that we was used to 8 years ago.
I like to see us take the League Cup. I know out of the list of trophies you want to see us win, let's try and nick a League Cup in February. Seriously.
I feel like a League Cup or a FA Cup is a nice goodbye. Remember when Wenger should have, after 2014, I think it was, or the 2015 one, or the 2017 one, it just felt like use one of these opportunities to, signal.
Bow out gracefully.
Yeah. I just don't feel like, especially having won the FA Cup in his first 6 months, and that was the start of the process, and I just don't feel coming back round 6 years later, League Cup or FA Cup being enough, especially considering, listen, I hear Saliba's close to a contract, so fingers crossed that actually happens, and I'd be, surprised considering we've done Gabriel, we've done Ranieri, we've done
everyone.
Another one, Saka and Saliba is the only ones left. So,
I think I've backed the man long enough, but I'll be honest, a singular domestic cup other than the league is not enough.
No. What I'm saying is to win that early and
then go on.
Set the pace.
A bit of insurance.
And if he doesn't, like he said anyway, I'll agree with him. Get the league first trophy of the season, get that and use that as a stepping stone to other things. But if the season ends and it's just that, then perhaps we need to start talking about...
Well, I've always maintained that I don't think, if you listen to Arteta, if he thinks he's not doing the job, when he goes at the end of the season, he looks himself in the mirror, doesn't he? And he says to himself, am I doing the best I can? And if he says no, I think he'd walk. But I don't really want to go on that negative route because I'm desperate for him to win the trophy.
Yeah, because it's us. That's what it is. If he wins, we win.
Tottenham winning that trophy last year.
That was another blow.
It's
the
not fact
nice.
that they played a team in the semi-final the size of Cheshunt and the worst Man and the worst Man United team in history. We won't talk about.
And they still pulled it out. They still, when
they still won.
We all look back at last season. Winning something matters more than whether you first, second, third, or fourth.
And they nearly got relegated.
Yeah, just the one place above.
And listen, at the end of the day, I think it is time to deliver. I think we might nick something else, but I don't think we'll do the league.
Who you got for the league?
I don't know. It's still, I just don't think it's us. City have gone sort of quiet. I haven't heard really much coming out of City.
No.
It's like it's all been Liverpool.
But with this Savio stuff, and we just said it off air, if they're moving Savio on, don't be surprised if Rodrigo don't come into Man City.
Yeah. Because City don't do things just for the sake of. Yeah. There's a reason why they're selling to quote unquote competitor, right? A top 6 competitor.
Yeah.
So they would have learned the whole Jesus and Zinchenko thing, but they're still doing it again. So they're actually quite confident that whoever they're bringing in is levels, and I mean levels above who's going out. They're willing to state that.
Do you think we need to be a bit more ruthless? Like, is there is there similarities with Wenger now with Mikel in terms of, you know, there's a. I'll use Martinelli as the example. I think both for him and both for us, it would have been nice to have a fresh start this summer. You know, whereas going into the end of last season, there wasn't much talk about Luis Diaz leaving Liverpool or Savio leaving City. But when push comes to shove and there's big business to do, both clubs, you know, are ruthless enough to, okay, you know, there's potential there with Savio, or Diaz has done his thing for a couple of years and helped us win stuff. But for the greater good, I guess, or the risk of greater good, they've made those moves. Whereas we and Wenger done this a lot, rested on, you know, a couple of players, the sentimental
Arsenal
side
have always
of
been
things.
like that, Serge. That's not an Arteta, Arsene Wenger trait.
It's the club trait.
That's a Arsenal football club trait. I can go back years when they let players stay well beyond their wanted time. They've always done it.
But then Wenger had that period where as soon as you touch 30 years of age, ruthless out of it. Do you remember that as well? Or 100k, we had that limit into it. So that was a bit ruthless.
Yeah, that's before we went to the Emirates, though.
Everything changed after that one, yeah.
Dean left.
So do you think that is the difference between, because we've had success even being like that, but in terms of dominant type of success and being, you know, at the upper echelon of football year in, year out, you know, that's evaded us, especially in the Emirates era. Do you think that ruthlessness is of, I'll use Xhaka as an example for Wenger, that's another one. Didn't play well, year after year after year, but we went into every season. In the end, he pulled out a season and a half of good stuff. But it was just the whole constant weight of things.
We always, look how many times we renewed injury-prone players' contracts.
Yeah.
Diaby kept him on.
Yeah.
Wilshere.
Yeah, massive example.
Yeah. Van Persie's another one. And
yeah, we've always done it, mate. Always.
And do you think that matters in the big scheme of things? Do you think?
Yeah, but that's, unfortunately, that's the Arsenal way. I don't want to really go back too far.
This is why you're on the show, Chris.
If you go back, right back to 70, 71, when they done the double, and they were top of the English football tree, and that summer, if we was all about then, I would have went berserk.
Yeah.
They just sat on their arse and done nothing. Yeah.
70, 71.
And then 71, 72, they come fifth, reached the cup final, and within 2 years we were coming 17th, and we still had the players in the team from 70, 71 who we should have got rid of. I mean, I'm trying to cut it down. So I'm just proving that it's an Arsenal trait, not an Arteta Wenger trait.
So to say a victim of it is tongue in cheek because it was so successful. But am I a victim of growing up in that 90s, early 2000s period then? Because that, you know, that makes me feel like these owners don't deserve us. But from what you're saying, this ownership is the type that we've had throughout history.
Through our history.
So it's a model that has worked as far as there's good.
I mean, it's worked too. We've won 13 league titles. We've won 14 FA Cups, most in
There's loads of
domestic
players.
history. Maybe this is why the European side hasn't come enough, because after you win domestically, it's time to build on that to win the European stuff. And
if you look even like our record transfer over the years, players that we've sold on.
Oxlade?
Yeah, Ox.
30. That just tells you, if we are a ruthless club, like you're saying, Martinelli's head would have been first on the chopping block because he's the youngest. He's
potential's there.
Potential, like you could get 50, 60 mil for him. At this stage, right now, easily. Do you understand? But we are too sentimental. You know, we bought him for, I don't know, 6 mil from Brazil. We've raised him, we've grew him. It's like, you know them people who raise chickens. Chicken farmers. Like
We've gone from 70, 71 to chicken farming.
Colin and Sanders.
It's the exclusive supporters club.
Like, you're raising your chicken so you can sell it. But then now we've got this chicken, alright, we like it, but we're gonna, do you know what I'm saying?
Named it and
this chicken is
win
like
the chicken.
Yeah, we're not even gonna eat this chicken, like it's gonna be part of the family now. You know what I'm saying? There's one chicken, I don't understand. But and the thing is that I'm not really against it. If we were I love Martinelli. I'm not against if we ever was to sell anyone, I'm not really against it if it's for the better of, because if you look at Chelsea, this is the reason why Chelsea are always able to bring in players. Yes, I know they've got a rich owner, you know, but if you look at the business they do, they get rid of the turnover is crazy. They get rid of players, but we were just we're arguing. No, let's keep Martinelli. Let's give him one more season. Let's keep Trossard. Let's keep this guy. Let's keep.
It's like some of the youth players. We don't. Chelsea's record setting what I call under 21, under 18 players is amazing.
Yeah.
But us, we let them go to nothing. Koza Dubry, Walters. I'm putting the telly on. He's playing Koza Dubry. Who's
Brighton, I think.
No, they've loaned him out of Bolton or someone. And Joel Walters is playing for Luton, but we never got any money for him.
That's another place to go.
Chelsea,
and Chido Obi Martins, what did we get for him?
Well, unfortunately, I feel sorry for him. He went to Man U, was promised the earth. He ain't going to get a game.
No, then another striker's coming there.
We're not ruthless enough with the business.
And the thing is, I mean, I can't see the future, but I've maintained if he stayed at Arsenal, he would have got a chance, you know.
Yeah, probably, especially last season.
Yeah. I'll give you another example of another player we haven't got money for, and Monaco paid £30 million for him, Beriev.
Oh, yeah.
Let him go to nothing.
Yeah, and that's historically been a problem. So the more I listen to this, the more David Dean comes to mind and how good he was at his job, because I remember feeling like, my world was ending when Overmars and Petit were off, but then a year or two later, Perez comes in and, we're winning leagues again. It just felt like that era, like I said, I'm a victim of our greatest era.
Both of us, man.
Yeah.
That's the year I grew up in.
Chris is humbling us. I don't even know how to argue this. This is us.
So basically, you've all learned a lesson.
Yeah.
It's how Arsenal do things.
And does that stop us being? I mean, I can't say great because we've been great. You've seen great eras before my time. I've seen a great era growing up in it. But does it stop us having those eras then?
Well, I'm not too sure. Because Arsenal, it's how Arsenal are. Arsenal will never be as ruthless as Chelsea. Never.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And we won't, and we'll never be like Man City. We're just the Arsenal Football Club, and that's how we are. And it's easy for me to sit here, but when you get my age, you just accept it.
Do we closest resemblance in the Big Six? Would you have said Liverpool prior to this window?
Yeah, but not anymore.
Yeah, this window, and that's where I think.
Definitely not Man United.
No.
They've gone from sacking all the canteen staff to blowing £300 million.
Without player sales.
Yeah, so
Yeah, so I would have said closely resemble Liverpool to a certain extent.
Possibly.
Then this summer comes about, and they're about to try to break the record twice in one summer. And when you think about Arsenal's transfer windows at times, I mean, we're far gone from. But that indicates that you can change. That indicates with some success and some hope, an ownership can change the model of a club.
I think Burr's definitely an upgrade on Edu.
Yeah.
I think one of the things I would love to question Edu about was when you was here, director of football, how comes we never got these Brazilian boys that Chelsea find?
AFTV being the latest one, last year, but comes in now.
He was part of the Brazilian FA. He was well in with all the Brazilian clubs, and suddenly it's Chelsea.
We got the old ones. We got the Williams.
Yeah.
Luis.
Jorginho. Italian, Brazilian, but Martinelli was the only one. He came in around the mark.
6 million we got for him. Martinelli's been at Arsenal a long time. People don't realise.
2019, right? 6 years.
I watched him play at Arsenal Bournemouth in the FA Cup third round at their ground.
Yeah.
The COVID year. Yeah. That's how long he's been here.
He came in with Pepe. Pepe.
That window.
Saliba, I think, came in that window, but we loaned him out.
Yeah. And the Spanish guy that's at Madrid now, what's his name?
Ceballos.
Ceballos, He came that window.
Yeah.
Pablo Mari.
Yeah, it's been a little while, but you are right. Berta is an upgrade, but the player sales, haven't.
Well, someone said on
improved,
Twitter today or X, perhaps because the players we want to sell, no one wants.
That shit.
I mean, it's harsh, but.
That shit.
Yeah, I mean, but.
Parts of the money we're asking is not related to the ability of the player, or you know what I mean? Would you pay 30 million for Fabio Vieira? No.
We did.
But then when we went to Chelsea and the person they bought for 28 mil that didn't work out, we bought for 52 mil.
Yeah, it's the Arsenal way.
Yeah, it's the Arsenal way. On that note, I don't know where we must have gone slowly.
But football's gone mad, isn't it? The transfer business, it made me fall off my seat was when I saw Everton bid 40 million plus for Tyler Diblin at Southampton.
Yeah.
I thought, are you mad?
Football's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone. 50 million is like the base now for even a bit of potential.
I think right now, do you think our most, I know we talked about Martinelli, but outside of Martinelli, in that camp of like players to sell, surely Reece Nelson has got to be.
Surely you can get 20 M's for him, and
But loan deal.
it's gonna. Yeah, that's what it's gonna be until his contract ends, and then free.
Trossard's the one. I personally don't want to see him go, but I can't believe we can't get 20 million plus for Trossard.
If Saudi wants him, we're looking at 40, 50.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah, he's a very good player.
He'd enhance any team in the Premier League, I'm telling you.
Yeah, but I want to keep him. That's one of the players I want to keep. Kivior, I'd say 35, 40 million. If Kwanzaa's going for 35,
Yeah,
that's but we won't be able to get.
I don't understand how Liverpool are able to sell. Do you remember they sold Rion Brewster?
Yeah, that was
Sheffield United.
For 30,
long time
for 30
ago,
mil.
yeah.
Hardly played a league, a Premier League game, and then we struggled to.
And we pulled one or two. Eddie 35, Iwobi 35ish as well. Actually,
Smith Rowe
was 30. Balogun was 35.
we
Smith
don't well
Rowe.
get money for him, I think.
So we've pulled out little ones here and there.
Just what compared to what other teams seem to get, it's like we're even saying 20 mil for Reece Nelson. That is even like, oh, well done. But everyone else would have sold Reece Nelson 30 plus.
Yeah, or at least 25 plus add-ons.
Yeah.
Sell-on clauses and all that. Game week 1 then, United. Do you think we've got enough to win? Are we winning?
My answer to that is, even when we've had brilliant teams,
Yeah, it's been a...
the place is a jinx. So, and if you're gonna, I think I'll take a 1-1 now.
Yeah, 1-1.
Yeah, that'd do me.
Strict though.
Nah, we're winning that game.
We're winning.
Yeah. Well, as long as Onana is in goal, bro, we're winning that game.
He ain't. He's not.
He's not.
Bayern is probably in goal.
They've got their second choice
he ain't
keeper.
been great. Penalties he's done all right. But
Yeah, they got that Turkish keeper playing.
Bayern there, he don't like corners, and we love corners. So either way, they stuffed in it like.
And it's written in the stars that Sesko will score from. You might as well accept it now.
Yeah.
Don't those
That's
same
not-
stars right Gyökeres goal as well?
Bosh, yeah.
Because he rejected them early on. That was the first, big rejection of the summer.
You know how it goes. Sesko hat trick, Gyökeres red card.
If we start the season like that, I already feel like it's going to be a long season because I'm not too optimistic. But we've got to start with a win against United. I'm with you, Chris. It's not an easy place to go to.
And it's definitely got harder in the last 3 weeks.
And I think their signings up top, Cunha and Bomo, players that have caused many a team a problem last season.
Yeah, but they've still got, other than who they got in midfield.
That's where if Zubimendi and Rice pull out the same level of performance they did against Bilbao, against United, I think we win the game. I think that midfield there should be able.
And also we got options as well. I think last season, did we have Kai Havertz there last season?
I
think
remember.
Was he out?
I know Rice scored.
Yeah, Havertz was out.
Yeah, I think you're right, mate.
I don't think he was playing in that game. Now we've got Havertz, Gyökeres, Havertz probably. I mean, imagine
Who
he's coming
starts?
off the bench. Gyökeres, 2 million %.
Chris?
Yeah, I think he will.
He'll start, yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't.
Nor would I.
That would be wild.
It would be wild in
That
my
would be
opinion.
wild.
It'd be so funny.
But Havertz has just probably scored his best goal for the club. The way that burst of pace, the touch,
really
Competition.
finish.
That's what competition does.
Yeah.
Bolts up.
Yeah.
That's what competition does.
Yeah.
That is a man who knows I've got to fight for my
do something
place.
different,
I got to do, that goal he scored is a goal I'd probably label a Gyökeres type goal.
Yeah. And Gyökeres' goal was a Havertz type goal. Yeah.
I've never seen Havertz score a goal like that.
Nah.
Burst of pace.
Very rarely we go through one-on-one like that. We play so slow over the years
Exactly.
that it's nice to see that sort of a move.
We've got whereas we can't. I want to.
we need that
see
pace in
more
attack.
route one.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And Delete, I'd say he's Who's the other centre half they got playing for? Who's the letting someone
Euro.
else?
Lenny Euro.
Yeah, they're not. You know,
Nah, they can be got.
Euro's not bad.
And
but I
Saka
think,
was a menace the other day, so hopefully.
It was good to see Saka back.
Yeah.
That's the best he's played for ages, isn't it?
100%.
Yeah.
Right
He turns
time.
it up. Turns it up. Closer to the games, he's turning up.
Chris has gone 1-1. What are you going for?
6-0.
Yeah.
United, no, joking.
I said he's optimistic
no,
now.
no. 3-1.
3-1.
Yeah,
I'll go
3-1.
2-1 Arsenal.
Yeah.
Early days in the week, but yeah, still got time to build some nerves up before that big one. But yeah, I'm excited for the season. Stricto, let them know where they can find you, bro.
Yes, I don't know what camera. Stricto Strict on YouTube. That's the one I want. Stricto Strict. Make sure you go there. And then on Instagram is Stricto with 2 eyes.
There you go, people. Show Stricto some love. Chris, you can find him here, Supporters Club.
And X.
And X, there you go.
I'm always on that.
Yeah, giving your thoughts. I love it. The bluntness of some of your tweets, and I'm looking at them, it just makes me laugh. But yeah, big up Chris. You can find him there. You can find him here on Supporters Club, and obviously here and there on YouTube as well. Hopefully I'll start something with him this season, on my channel. So Turkish LD on my channel, hit the like button here, make sure you're subscribed. Are we ready? Let us know in the comment section below. Peace.